Okay, right. So, in yesterday's class, we started with the inside of our earth. We are trying to understand what happens inside our earth. And going ahead in that lesson, recapitulating what we did yesterday, we learned that our earth is made up of multiple layers. The outermost layer is the crust. Then after that we have the mantle, and then we have the inside core, right? And there is an outer layer of the core which is liquid in nature, whereas the centermost part is absolute solid, right? So the next part in this lesson is rocks and minerals. I'm still having students join. Please, I will stop admitting students after a certain point of time. It's already 7 minutes due into the class, and now I'll not be letting anyone inside. Okay, please join on time. The Earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks. Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the Earth's crust is called as rock. Rock can be of different colors, sizes, and textures. As you have seen, rocks, you have seen rocks outside many times. Wherever you see, you can see rocks. It's a natural occurrence. It is not like you have to go to a museum to see rocks. Rocks are available everywhere, right?
Yes,
These
sir.
rocks are
Yes, sir.
basically mainly made up of minerals. Minerals are what is present inside a rock. And due to these minerals, different kinds of minerals, it is the color which they get because of these different types of minerals present inside the rocks. Now we have three main types of rocks. The three main types of rocks, as you can see on the screen, is igneous rock, sedimentary rock, and metamorphic rock. These are the three main types of rocks which we have. Let us find out how these rocks are actually created and why are they called as what they are called. Igneous in Latin means fire. Igneous in Latin means fire. That is why it gets its words ignis from the way it is created, because it comes out from volcanic origin. It's created by fire. Sedimentary rock in Latin means something which settles down. Because sedimentary rocks are made of layers and layers, they are called as sedimentary rocks. And metamorphic is from the Greek word metamorphose, means to change. That is why this word metamorphic means to change. Now about igneous rock. Now, in the previous slide, you learned that ignis basically means fire. When the molten magma cools, molten magma means when we have a volcanic eruption, the magma forces itself, the lava, which is that hot red color, whichever you've seen on TVs and all that, this forces itself outside, breaks open the earth, surface of the earth, it forces itself outside, comes out, and this slowly starts cooling down. The liquid magma starts cooling down. And this process of cooling, as it hardens, it forms the rock which is called as igneous rock. They are the primary types of rocks because it's the first formation of the rock. That is why it is created by fire. It is called as igneous rock. There are two types of igneous rocks again, intrusive rocks and extrusive rock. Now, if this hot magma starts cooling inside the surface of the earth itself, it is called as an intrusive rock. And when this hot magma comes outside on the earth's surface and then it starts cooling down, it is called as extrusive rock. Lava is actually fiery red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth on its surface. When this molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine grain structure and basalt. Basalt rock is some rock which is found in large quantities on the Deccan Plateau. These are a fine example of extrusive igneous rock. Intrusive igneous rock is sometimes the molten magma cools deep inside the Earth's crust. Even before it is able to come outside on the surface, inside the Earth's crust itself, this magma starts cooling down and solidifying. Solid rocks so formed are called as intrusive igneous rocks. Since they cool down slowly, they form large grains. Granite is a perfect and beautiful example of an intrusive igneous rock because this rock has solidified inside itself. That is why it is called as intrusive igneous rock, such as granite. Granite, I think all of you would have seen in your houses the kitchen top where your mother or your father cooks, whoever does the cooking in your house. The black kitchen top you would have seen, everyone has seen in their homes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that
Yes.
black solid
Yes, sir.
rock which is there, no, extremely very hard
Yes,
rock it
sir.
is. That is
Yes,
granite.
sir.
Yeah, that is granite rock. Okay, over here in front of you is a photo of how
Sir.
a volcanic eruption happens. You can see that the hot magma is trying to force itself outside. On the upper portion, you can see the formation of
Sir, we
the
can't see
extruded.
the screen.
You're not able to see the screen.
Yes, sir. Sir, no. Sir, we can see.
You can see, na? Okay, yeah.
We can see the screen.
Okay, good. Yeah.
What's visible?
Yeah, okay, okay. So you can see over here that the formation of extrusive rock is shown in one place and the
Yes, sir.
formation of intrusive igneous rock is shown in one place. Yeah, so that was all about igneous rock. Coming to the second type of rocks, the sedimentary rocks. You can see the photo on your screen over here. The sedimentary rock, it looks like multiple layers, right? These multiple layers, how are they formed? Now, rocks are many times not in the same place. They get moved around, they roll down from hills, they roll down from mountains, they crack, they hit each other, they break down, and over a period of hundreds and hundreds of years, these rocks they will break down into smaller pieces. They are called as fragments. Fragments are smaller pieces of rocks, and slowly these smaller particles they form sediments, they form layers because over a period of 100 years these rocks they will move from place to place, they will move, they will fall down, and layers and layers of different sediments keep on getting deposited. They get transported and deposited by wind, water. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rock. Please listen, children. This process of sedimentary rock formation does not happen in 1 or 2 years. Forget about 1 or 2 days. It happens over a period of hundreds of years. Hundreds of years, that is the amount of time it requires. So, even when I or you are alive, we will not be seeing the formation of sedimentary rocks because it takes hundreds of years to happen. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rocks. These types of rocks are called sedimentary rocks. For example, sandstone is a very common type of sedimentary rock. It is made up of grains of sand. These rocks may also contain fossils of plants, fossils of animals, and other microorganisms, means small kinds of living creatures. You will find fossils of them because they also would have fallen down with these rocks. They also would have died over there. They would have got compressed over a period of so many years. That is how these sedimentary rocks are formed. One important fact is igneous and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rock under great heat and pressure. For example, clay changes into slate and limestone changes into marble. This is a process of changing of rocks. Now, what are these rocks used for? Where are these rocks used? What do I do with rocks? Rocks are used everywhere. Rocks are crushed and powdered. They are used for cement. Big blocks of rocks. We have seen the Red Fort in New Delhi. We have seen the Taj Mahal. If you have not seen, whenever it is possible, whenever you are able to take a vacation, please and please definitely you have to see the Taj Mahal at least once in your lifetime. You have to see the Red Fort. These are fine examples of architecture which is made from rock. The Red Fort is made from red sandstone. The Taj Mahal is made out of huge blocks of marble. These are all what rocks are used for. Their beautiful architecture is made by using rocks. So now we have understood about igneous rocks, we have understood about sedimentary rocks, we have understood about metamorphic rocks, because metamorphic rocks is basically the change of rocks. From igneous it becomes metamorphic, from sedimentary it becomes metamorphic. These rocks change and they form metamorphic rocks. So now this process of changing of a rock from one form to another form, it is called as a rock cycle. Not bicycle, not tricycle, not unicycle. We are talking about rock cycle. This process of transformation of the rock from one to another under certain conditions in a cyclic manner is called as a rock cycle. We are calling it as a cyclic manner because, like the wheels of a cycle, this rock cycle also is a continuous process. It does not stop. There are no brakes on this cycle. Nobody is going to stop it from happening. It is a continuous process. You can see the diagram over here. This diagram is there in your textbook also. The molten magma cools, it solidifies and becomes igneous rock. This igneous rock is broken down into smaller particles. It gets transported, it moves around, it gets deposited, and then it forms sedimentary rock. Then the igneous rock also breaks down from sedimentary rock and is subjected to heat, pressure, and this changes into metamorphic rocks. So this is what we commonly known as a rock cycle. We can also see that the metamorphic rocks, which are under again great heat and pressure, melt down and also get mixed along with the magma. If there is a volcanic eruption, it will the heat of in this volcanic eruption is so hot that it will melt the metamorphic rock also. And again, this molten magma, it will cool down, it will solidify, and again it will become a igneous rock. So this is the continuous process of formation of rocks. Is the rock cycle part clear to everybody? Has everybody understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good,
Yes,
good,
sir.
good, good,
Yes,
good,
sir.
good, good, good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
a few fun facts. Rocks are made up of different kinds of minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical properties. Mineral, for example, aluminium. If you have seen your phones, many of the phones are made out of aluminium. The window panes, the window ledges, they are made out of aluminium. Gold. Gold is a type of mineral. You would have seen your parents or elderly people, your grandparents wearing gold ornaments. Maybe sometime you also would have worn a gold chain or a gold ring. This is a kind of mineral. Iron, most common. Iron is used everywhere. It is used for making utensils. It is used in the building construction. Iron rods you would have seen for building constructions, putting a slab over there. These
Yes, sir.
are all
Yes, sir.
the steel utensils which you have in your house. Steel, stainless steel is nothing but an iron which is treated again and again. Iron is hammered and hammered and hammered and converted into steel. So these minerals, where do we get these minerals from? We get these minerals from all these rocks. These are all resources for us. All these rocks, they provide us with so many minerals that our day-to-day life, our normal living would be simply impossible without these rocks. You cannot even imagine fertilizers, medicines, vehicles, utensils, furniture made out of metals, all these things would have been simply impossible if there were no rocks and the minerals that we get from these rocks. So that is all about the lesson about the inside of our earth, understanding what happens in the earth. In the further lessons, we will learn about so many other kinds of events which happen inside our earth. We cannot see it outside, but there are so many things which happen inside our earth, and the result of that many times we see on the outer surface, that we will be learning in our remaining chapters. So this is all up till now, whatever we have learned about the insides of our earth, understanding of our earth. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class also when we meet. If you want, you can post it in the school app. I will reply to your doubts. And the notes for this lesson, you can definitely write on your own. You are all very big and smart kids now. Very easily, you can read the lesson, pick up the correct answers from your lesson, and write the notes for this in your notebooks. Right?
Yes,
Yeah. So that's all for today. We
okay,
will
sir.
meet again in the
Sir, we
next
should
class.
write all questions. Sir.
Yes, write all the question and
Yes,
answers.
sir. Sir, I wrote all question answers, sir.
Ah, very good.